Okay, so now we're going to dive even deeper into the Gale Virtual Reference Library, or GVRL. Another one of my favorite sources is here under this History tab. And when you hover over it, it says History and Dispute. So that's how you know you found the right one. Again, you have to be on the History page, on our database page, and not on the general one. So that's where this will be. And I will also give you the direct link for that. But I'm going to click on this. And this brings up our page that contains the History and Dispute series. Okay, so I'm going to click on that there. And then this should list all of the books that are in this series. And I will show you why this is so cool. It's kind of mind-blowing when you're doing research. Okay, so here are all the volumes that are in the series. And I'm just going to be looking at some of the American history ones. So let me see. An interesting one here is this American Social and Political Movements, 1900 to 1945. And then it's also got The Pursuit of Progress, which follows up those years. I'll wait for this to load. Wi-Fi is not as fast as it is in school. Okay, so here I am in my one book within this series. And then when I scroll down, you will see how many topics are in this. And each chapter is laid out as a research question. So, bit of advice here, you cannot copy the question as it is written in this book and use it for your own research question, because that is academic dishonesty. But it's a really great starting point. So I'm going to look at this one. All of our interstate highways. The history of that is really quite fascinating. And some of you might find it really interesting. So what this book does, so I've kind of clicked on my topic, and I could, in a way, start to build a question from this. You know, you're going to be looking at your own, the documents that you have to look at it through the key concepts. You've got your command terms, but this is a really great starting point. And how this chapter is set up is that it gives you two different viewpoints. And in this case, it kind of gives you the yes side. And then down here, let's see, once I get to it, kind of gives you the no side. I mean, they're not definite, black and white kind of yes, no. That history has a lot of gray areas. It depends on your perspective, all these things that you learn in class. But how great is it that they lay out an argument for you? I mean, to me, that's just a huge help if you're trying to do research where you have to analyze these different perspectives. And the other really great thing about these articles is that at the bottom, you get all the references that the author used. Like, so for the arguments that they put together, they're showing you all of their resources. So some of these you will be able to find in the databases. Like, so I could take a title of one of these and go into InfoTrack OneFile, or in a couple days, we're going to have JSTOR. Copy and paste that title in there, and you can find that same exact journal article that the author of this History and Dispute chapter used. So I really love these. These have been my favorite articles or books, series, whatever, for a really long time, because I feel like it was just really designed for IB students. So take a look through that. You might get a great idea. You might find, who would have thought looking up the history of interstates ever have popped into your head without looking at this, So you can get these great ideas, have this amazing starting point. So I really love this, if you can't tell. So give it a shot. Again, I am here to help you. I'm trying to put together these videos for you to guide you through the research on your own at home. I know it's difficult and I'm not in front of you in the classroom, but I am trying to do the best that I can. And this gives you a chance to get a little bit more familiar with what we have through library resources and teach you how to use them, because these are really, really beneficial to IB students. All right, good luck.